我女儿今年14岁，她已经开始不听我们的话了。Let's jump into a final fun fact here. This one is really silly. When I was little, I used to be extremely afraid of going into swimming pools because I was convinced that there were sharks and alligators in the swimming pool. I used to I can't remember if I used to see them in the pool, but let me tell you, I would not go in. I'd be like, no, there's gonna be sharks and alligators, they're gonna eat me, I'm gonna die. And people were like, Azren, there's no sharks, there's no alligators, like, look, all the other kids are in the pool. And I was like, nope, not happening. And as a matter of fact, because of the fact that I used to think that there are sharks and alligators in swimming pools, it took me a long time even just to get in the water. And even after I got in the water, I didn't like the water, I didn't like swimming, so much so that, to this day, I'm an extremely, 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 extremely poor swimmer. And yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of like swimming and deep water, etc. So that's a fun fact. And actually, to expand on that, even weirder, when I was little, I was also afraid of bathtubs to a certain extent, because if I stuck my ears in the water and closed them, I would think that I'm in an ocean and that a shark was gonna come and eat me. So it's really, really weird. I don't know if I believe in past lives. I don't know if they exist. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't really have an opinion on it. But if they do, it would not surprise me that in a past life I was like eaten by a shark or like maimed by like some massive monster alligator, or maybe I was like some caveman that was alive during dinosaur days or something, and some like super duper alligator type or shark type dinosaur like ripped me to pieces or something crazy like that. Oh yeah, so it's literally right beside that. So yeah, that's typically where I teach from. And then are the lessons for yourself, or for your kid, or who are they for? For yourself. Okay, got it. Myself. So I teach English, French, and Spanish full-time privately. So that's kind of my full-time gig. You can find me essentially on any social network. You look for me, I am there. I'm posting very regularly. Yeah, just search PolyglotAzren or Azren the Language Nerd. You'll find me basically anywhere. Yeah, so it's essentially what I do. I really like languages. I speak 5 of them currently. I speak English, French, and Spanish well enough to actually teach, because I speak them all very fluently. But then I've also been learning Chinese for 3 years, like Mandarin. And so actually in intensive lessons right now. So it's very busy days for me currently, because I have this week is a little bit lighter, but next week it's 5 hours a day of Chinese lessons, and then my regular students and everything as well. That was a very interesting phone call. It was with a potential new student, which actually took a long time. It was a good 15-20 minute phone call, but after a phone call, the potential student decided to take about 20 hours of lessons with me. So pretty exciting stuff, and yeah, it's gonna definitely add a good chunk of busyness over the next little while. Yeah. Nice. For my conference, today is technically, I guess I don't really have to go today, but I'm gonna go, because today is like I think they're calling it the pre-conference mixer is what they're calling it. So basically they're just going to Kilkenny in Brentwood, and it's like just casual, like eat, chat, mix, mingle, etc, etc, etc. And the conference starts tomorrow at I think it's 8. Oh wow, I think it's early tomorrow. I think it's 8:30 or 8 in the morning, something like that tomorrow. And tomorrow's a long day. Like there's a movie we're watching at the end, some language related movie, like I don't know, I forget what it's called, but some language movie. It's like the premiere of it. And then after that, I think there's a optional social event like later in the evening, and like, so it's like a long day. So, and then Sunday's long too, but it's like only 5:30. So yeah, tomorrow's long, Sunday's long. And then I also recently just had someone who it was earlier today. They wanted to take French lessons with me, and we ended up doing, I forget how many hours. Oh, it was 20 hours. They did 20 hours of lessons, but they wanted at least, I think it was like, they wanted ideally 10 of them before next Friday, so before a week from today. And I already have like my Chinese intensive lessons, and I already have my regular students in the evening, so I was like, oh man. So we squished it, and we were able to get like, well, not the entire 10, but as much as possible we got squished in. But it's like, yeah, and so it was really good. I was like, wow, it's good. We got one student, yeah, I want to go for 20 hours immediately, and I was like, oh, awesome. So got a bunch of it next week, and then he's in Montreal for a bit, and then he's back and wants to take the rest. Yes, it is very busy. The next week is extremely busy. The week after that is busy, and then it's normal busy because my Chinese intensive lessons are over, so it's a lot easier. No problem. Okay, see ya. Bye.
Baby, don't you hold your breath. Move it back and just say that all the secrets that you got, I can't keep up with your style. Baby, don't you hold your breath. Move it back and just say that all the secrets that you got, I can't keep up with your style.
So you have sound related to meaning, related to form.
And like related to the way it's written too.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing too. Just wrapped up day 1 of the Language Creation Society conference that's taking place, and I'm sorry I couldn't really show too much of it. It felt kind of weird, like recording everyone's conversation as we're talking and everything. I kind of wish I could have though, because there were some very fascinating things that I noticed. Number 1, literally the language creation community and the language learning community, they are so freaking close. They're like brothers or something, or brother sisters. Like, they're so close together. Meaning, like, there's lots of similarities between the two worlds. First and foremost, many of these conlangers, that is a term for them, conlangers, they're people that create languages. Many conlangers are also polyglots. Like, it was shocking talking to people and them being like, oh yeah, I speak Japanese, I speak English, I speak French, I speak Spanish. Like, wait, you speak 5 languages? Oh yeah. It's like, whoa, what the heck? So that was really interesting for me to see. And also what was interesting is just that the mentality of conlangers and the mentality of people who like learning languages are backwards. They're kind of backwards of each other, but they fit together very well. Conlangers, from my very brief exposure today, many of them like to create languages as a bit of an art form, or as a bit of a creative outlet. And many people who like to learn languages really enjoy looking at the creation of someone, or excuse me, the creation of a language, and understanding the logic of the language, understanding where it comes from, understanding how it works. So it's kind of like a conlanger and a language learning enthusiast could almost work together, in the sense of the conlanger creates the language learning enthusiast can reverse engineer that language and try and figure out, whoa, where are they coming from? Why is it like that? What's the logic? Etc, etc, etc. It was super cool. Also, man, looks like I'm rambling on and on, but that's okay, I'm excited. All these the types of conversations we have with these conlangers are basically the same types of conversations you would have with someone who enjoys learning languages, because at the end of the day, conlangers also really love languages. Many of them, not only do they like creating languages, but they love learning languages too. Like, it's funny how they're so freaking close. I think final thing I'll say in this whole conlanging topic is, conlangers, what I found is fascinating is that many of them, it's kind of naturally in them to create languages. What I mean by that is, ever since a very young age, they've just made up languages. Like, they're just there and they'll like start making up random words that have different meanings, and then they'll start to create grammar. They naturally create languages. Like, it's just in them. It's not like they went out to do it. It's just something naturally inborn in them, and which is really fascinating. I mean, it's not the case for everyone, but that was the case for many of the people I met. And when I asked them about it, they said that that's a very common trait among conlangers. So very fascinating. I'm looking forward to this conference. It's for the next 2 days. I'm going to try and figure out how I can video and try and include more of the conversations and include more of the things happening throughout the day. I'll try my best. I'll try and figure it out. Rest of my day today is really just editing, to be honest, editing videos and getting a couple of things prepped for today. So it's about 10-ish p.m. right now. So hopefully I can get to bed here in the next hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, because it's a really early start tomorrow. So thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye for now.
Inside out, chicken in the club, upside down, key in the car, bounce right now. It really don't matter to me. I got your love and patience.